I'm disgusted with my boyfriend. Before I say anything, I love my boyfriend a lot and I don't love him any less. We've been together for just over a year, and he's been nothing short of sweet, wonderful and lovely to me. Over the last few weeks he's gotten comfortable with sharing some stuff I'd rather he would have kept to himself. I don't deem myself a judgy person, but some of the things he's told me has made me majorly uncomfortable and disgusted. He opened up to me a few weeks ago about how he had slept with a prostitute in the past, and it happened when him and his friends decided it would be cool to hire them one night to get them to serve them drinks while they played poker. He slept with one of them. Then, just now, which prompted me to come here for comfort or assurance or whatever you guys think I need to hear to feel better. He told me when he was 28 he slept with an 18-year-old girl. I find that so damn disturbing. I said, you know she barely just got out of high school at that point? And he said yeah, I could tell, she was so dumb. And I just said okay, sometimes you just need to keep some information to yourself. And left it at that. We ended up on some other topic afterwards, and now that we're going to bed, I don't want to be in bed with him. I feel really horrible, but I just can't fathom these things. I know they're minor compared to other situations, I guess, but it has made me so uncomfortable. I don't know what to do. TLDR boyfriend opened up about some details about his past sexual experiences, making me too uncomfortable to lay in bed with him. If I had to pick one red flag here that you should be focusing on, it's yeah, I could tell, she was so dumb. That response to what you said is honestly disturbing. It shows no remorse or understanding for why you're horrified. It's belittling and degrading to her, and it's alarming that he felt that to be an okay response to you and that he thinks that of a past sexual partner. You have every right to feel disgusted about this. I don't want to tell you how to move forward, but I feel like the way he talks about this is indicative of something fucked up in his psyche. Listen to that gut. While a 28-year-old sleeping with an 18-year-old and then bragging about how dumb she was is not illegal, it's very very weird, and I think says a lot about you as a person and your attitude towards women. This man seems like he sees women as just a thing to fuck. Yeah, I could tell, she was so dumb. As if he wasn't the one in the position of power and the one in the wrong. Ain't no way. I would consider finding out more about his past if you think it's necessary, but I def would. I'm so sorry this has happened. I've been with my partner for just over a year too, and as much as I love him, if he turned around one day and started bragging about sleeping with an 18-year-old and fully acknowledged her vulnerability, and was proud of exploiting that, I would have to leave. I would no longer feel safe with someone like that, especially someone I'd consider having children with one day. Even the escort thing would be a step too far. I don't appreciate men who exploit sex workers just because he and his friends thought it'd be cool. He sounds extremely immature and holds horrible views towards women and sex. He slept with a barely legal girl only 2 years ago? And bragged about it and called her dumb? Leave him. That's extremely weird behavior. You still don't fully know each other after a year of dating. Who knows what other weird stuff is going to pop out. Take these things as a warning sign for more to come. You'd be fine accepting him and also fine breaking up with him, but having him just admit things about his past isn't the answer here. If these things are deal breakers, that's reasonable. If they're not, tell him how you feel, and the two of you can work through it. A healthy relationship can't be built on someone having to consistently censor themselves. Either you're okay with who he is, or you're not. What a weirdo. Damn. You're valid in feeling disgusted because I am too. Unfortunately, I know the type of men that sleep with 18-year-old prostitutes. They're not men. They're boys who get off on taking advantage of young women. They enjoy putting women down and devalue them to objects. I wouldn't feel this way if he had showed regret or remorse. His comment shows who he truly is, a creep who doesn't respect women. He has little value in women and less respect. Move on or you'll find out. Yes, I would definitely judge him. And that judgment isn't to make him feel shitty, or to be condescending, it's to protect yourself because this guy seems like an immature asshole and you just found out who he truly is and the fact that your values probably don't align. Don't date people like this, they have no common sense, and are not good men. While I do feel bad that you heard this, I'm also glad for you because now you can kind of see what kind of person he is and how he views women. A prostitute is already really gross but basically a child. I'm sorry, even though 18 is a legal age, I don't see 18-year-olds as your eyes are open. If you have a funny feeling, I'd say do more investigating. We live in a weird world. If you creeped out, leave. You're 27, you can find that love in your late 30s, man shrugging, take this time to love yourself, get to know life and the world, cause once you settle down for good you're gonna need some experiences, discipline to manage this goofy thing called, rolling eyes face, adulting, triumphant face, fucktard needs some experiences himself, and you're the best person to give him a few. Start by showing him how his mouth actions cost him a GF 100. When someone tells you who they are, believe them. Also, trust your gut. Women have incredible intuition, but we often ignore it for the comfort or others' saving face, keeping the status quo. You can end a relationship for any reason. That gut feeling is trying to tell you to run, you should listen to it. Trust your gut. A 28-year-old bragging about sleeping with an 18-year-old just out of school and then calling her dumb like she isn't a freaking decade his junior isn't just a red flag, that's a red parade, man. I would break up immediately if I were you. I would never date men who brag about sleeping with teens. Disgusting. I'm 24 and dating an 18-year is a no-go. Basically a child. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. I've never understood why this is such a hard concept for people to realize. When you begin dating someone, they are usually on their best behavior, so you often miss or overlook the red flag behaviors. If you go back over the year you've been together and think about the way he's treated others and perhaps even little microaggressions to you, there are most likely other concerning things about his behavior and/or belief system. Is this who you want to spend the rest of your life with? I think you've already answered that by posting your concerns here. Reddit is outraged if you slept with an 18-year-old at 19. If someone is old enough to carry a weapon and fight in war, they are old enough to decide if they want a consensual sexual encounter. He's creepy, leave for your own safety. I mean, I'd have to rethink some things if my partner told me that stuff. If you're looking for some reason or way to get past this, I guess you can hope that when he did those things he was a different person and would never do them now. But frankly, there's no real way for anyone to know that. You're his GF, do you think he'd do that again? The type of thought like, yeah, you could tell she was too young, she couldn't even fuck right, it's what gets me. You pointed it out because she was a teen, he chose to point her being dumb. I just can't, it's huge red flags. Not only is your BF a sex buyer which contributes to human trafficking, he would most likely also go lower if it was legal. You have every right to be disgusted by him. Leave him, you deserve better. Basically outright admitting that he knows he took advantage of the 18 years old. Yeah girl, you got to get out. I agree what everyone else is saying, listen to her gut because it's rarely wrong. Literally sounds like my ex. Wow. Listen to your gut girl, please, his true colors are slipping through, thank God they didn't appear much later. Sounds like the kind of guy who'd have sex with a 15-year-old if it was legal. Your gut is screaming, don't ignore it like others. I really don't want to see an update to this NGL. I like that you can acknowledge there's things we should keep to ourselves. I think it's important to talk things out and be open. It's also important that there's just things in our life at times we either don't want to talk about or shouldn't. For our own respect and to others.